As you can see, we got our feet in the ground. Done some yard work today. Blessings to you as you're coming in, man. We just chopping it up for a few moments. Come on in, come on in. Just out here chopping it up. Big brother, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? What's going on? Just out here grounding, you know, walking this land. Blessings to you as you guys are coming in. Wait for a few more people to come in, if they come in. I believe next year we're gonna do these beds a little bit differently because I'm out here. The weeds are starting to take over, like really bad. So I think but I've been watching a lot of videos, you know. And so I believe we're going to do it a little bit differently. Been watching a lot of videos to try to figure out what's the best approach and what's the best way to this. Here we got potatoes and carrots growing over here in this one. Blessings to you. Come on in. We just chopping it up. Come on in. But as you can see, the weeds are getting a little bit out of hand, and so next year. We're going to do it a little bit differently. I didn't want to. Blessings to you, Prophet. I didn't want to, but it looks like I'm going to have to. I mean, our stuff is still growing. As you guys know, we grow from seed. We don't go to the store and go buy plants that's you know, already developed and already growing. But we start from seed. And I mean seed in the ground, in the actual ground itself. But as you can see, these things, they're growing. We had strawberries, but the problem is the rabbits are getting the strawberries. The rabbits are getting the strawberries. But blessings to each and every last one of you that are coming in. Blessings to each and every last one of you that are sowing into the vision. It's very important, man, that we're not just sowing into a building, you know, into a person. But as you can see over there, we built these with our hands. But that building over there is about $5,000 away from being built up into a structure, into a livable structure. This building right here, we had a family living in that one, in that structure. That structure is about $1,000 away from, I can't say 1,000 because the bathroom, a shower, a toilet, a sink, in that structure right there, you guys, right there, that one's about $2,000 away from being finished. And that means, but we got to tear a few things out because the family that, you know, moved in, their minds wasn't transformed yet. And so they did a little damage, you know, in that one. But as you can see over here, we have this structure that we are working on little by little, right? That structure. Blessings to you, Donna. Blessings to you, Carlos. Blessings to each and every last one of you that are coming in. But as you can see, the foundation is up on that structure. The walls, the studs are up. Everything, this what they call that, what you see there is called framing. The framing to that is up. And that one is three bedrooms, not real big ones, but 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, bathroom, and a living room. That one's going to be amazing when it's done. And so that one's going to cost about $1,000 for the roof. $1,000 for the roof. The exterior walls is going to be $1,000. I'm being transparent. The interior walls and the interior walls and all the things that go interior as far as walling goes, that's another $1,000. What else? The flooring within that system itself, it's going to be close to or about around $1,000, and so the electrical itself, wiring that whole house is going to be another $1,000. So for that house right there, it's going to be about $5,000 to finish that one, and it'll be a real blessing once we finish that one. And again, once again, this one, in order to completely finish that one, but we still have people, living in that one right there. So again, transitional living until we can get to a place to where we can afford to, God can bless us in a way to where we can see this middle part over here. You guys see all that middle part in there? That's all for construction. All of this middle part here. That's about what, it's about 2 acres in there. Right in there is surrounded by the fence, but that's about 2 acres. Right off in there, that's about 2 acres. And that's gonna strictly be, 1,000 square foot pads in there. We're just talking about, because we do have a vision. I want to make sure you guys know that we have a vision. We're not trying to build a church building. We have a building, where we fellowship right there. Thank God, for that. We have a building that we fellowship. But we have a vision. And I just want to this morning come on and share the vision with you guys. I mean, because, maybe, just maybe, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, just maybe, you may be in a position, or you may be in a place to where you say, you know what, I believe in that vision. In fact, I'm gonna actually put me a house, the first house out there, and literally, you know what I'm saying, become the second family, who actually believes in the vision. We've been housing people, but they don't believe in the vision, and it's very important that believers, sons of God, have something real that they are sowing into. Not somebody, that's saying, oh, this is mine, this is what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. I'm getting a lot of, kickback, a lot of family members are upset at me, but once again, because this area right here, this is prime. That area right there, that's prime. This is a prime area. You know what I'm saying? This is a prime area right there. And, some people want that area. But once again, we got all this area up here as well. We got all this area up here as well. But, once again, I can't do this on my own. I'm not going to try to do this on my own. We have that whole area up there as well. Here's another building where we have family living in too as well. All right. But once again, this is the whole area. But back again to the plan. The plan is from 1,000 to 1,500 square feet, right? 1,000 to 1,500 square feet pads. Or we're gonna have on this side here, up that side, you could fit 20, you guys, 1,000 to 1,500 square foot housing structures right there, just right there on that wall. And then over here on this side, you could fit 2,000 square feet structures. We're just talking about the plan. We're just talking about what we can accomplish, what we can do. If we all just, just decided that, you know what, let's really, really do this. Let's get out of that mentality, that church mentality. I'm sorry, that traditional church mentality, and let's really, really do it. Let's set aside our personal ideas, our personal concerns, and let's really grow together as a family. Let's really, really, really start doing this like in real life. You know what I'm saying? But once again, this whole area in here, is going to be the where the houses are going to be at. And as you can see, I keep it cut, I keep it clean, I walk it. You know what I'm saying? I walk it every day. Believing, that God is going to turn it into what he's going to turn it into. But he got people who are not fully bought into it yet. You have to buy into it. When I say buy into it, I'm not saying just take all your money and just send it over here and then pop, poof, poof, it just happens. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm talking about you first build you a house right in there. Here's how I know if you buy in. You take one of these pads and you build you a house. You know what I'm saying? The way I would do it, I would get that credit together. You know what I'm saying? Get it right and have it done. That's when I know you bought in, because you got your house. Yours the first of 40 houses that can fit in here. You guys, 30 to 40 houses can fit in there, you guys. And they don't, and again, remember, the air is free. So you could build 1 story, you could build 2 stories, or you could build 3 stories. You know what I'm saying? The land is free in the air. It's free in the air. So you could build as high as you want to. At least that's what I believe. Because when you go into the city and you see their neighborhoods, they're building those buildings so tall, and they are only using 1,000 square feet. Some of them, you guys, I've seen they only using 500 square feet, but they're building up. They're building up. Even when you look at some apartment complexes, some of those are between 500 to 700 square feet. You know what I'm saying? And so again, I just wanted to talk to you guys for a few moments. You know what I'm saying? All that in there, that's for the family of God. All that in there is for the family of God. And then once again, whether you realize it or not, we have all that back there. I'm believing we can even put a pond, our own personal pond back there, where we stock it. You know what I'm saying? With whatever fish, that we want to put in there. But I just want to remind you. I would just want to remind you of what you're sowing into. Again, the mortgage to this place, and thank God, it's only $2,500 per month. That's just the mortgage. It's $2,500 per month. It's not dear here in this area, because we have the dogs, and we have somebody who living next door. So we do see deer, but not like you see in some neighborhoods. Man, I went to this neighborhood. Let me turn this around. Hey, you guys, I went to a neighborhood, man, because I do delivery for Walmart, and I do delivery, right? And I went to this one neighborhood, man. You guys, the world not playing with us. The world is buying property. Worldly people buying property. Worldly people doing their thing. They out there just doing their thing. But the problem, with buying in their neighborhoods, on their property, on their land, you don't really own it. You can't really do nothing with it. The world is doing stuff for looks. The world is doing stuff for show. You know what I'm saying? But I went to a neighborhood, man, they had deer just walking around in their front yards, walking around in their backyards, and it looked amazing, man. Deer's just sitting out there just chilling. But I just wanted to show you guys, you know what I'm saying? Now again, as you can see, the structure's back there. I built those with my own hands. And that one right there, it's a 3-bedroom. Like I say, that one just needs about $5,000 to finish. And again, if you don't even really have to sow money. If you got a Home Depot card, listen to me. If you got a Home Depot card, you don't got to sow. Like I tell people, you got our address. You know, you have our address. If you got a Home Depot credit card, you know what I'm saying? You could buy all the stuff for that house right there on your Home Depot credit card and have them shipped out of here. And I'll video me putting that thing together every day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm telling you, like I say, you don't got to send you don't have to send any money. You could say, okay, Home Depot, here's the list of things that I need. You know, go online, purchase it, and send it to 75 Pine Drive North. You know what I'm saying? And that way, you know without a shadow of a doubt, at least another family house will be completed, right? Now, see, this one right here, oh man, that's amazing, 10% discount. Yep, probably so. Oh, he works for Lowe's. Now, see, this one right here, it's just missing, we did the roof, and once again, I did the roof wrong. I'm sorry, you guys. I watched a lot of videos, but I forgot to put something down before I actually did the roof to this one. And so this one, it leaked. It leaked when it rained. It rained inside. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. And so it all has to be pulled up, and I have to put the felt paper down. Just a few things that I forgot to do. On this one. And so this one's about $2,000 away from actually being finished because the roof and some inside walls and painting, because when you what do you do, so that one just needs a roof, right, the right way, because I did it the wrong way. Right? And it just needs the inside walls. That one's like a 2-bedroom, a master bedroom. But once again, we don't have the bathroom set up in there yet. So that one right there, it's about $2,000 away from being fully finished, fully completed. But once again, this structure right here, this family home right here, this is 3-bedroom. That one's gonna be amazing when it's done. Yeah, I learned a lot, Angela. I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot. I spent a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one guy, I paid $10,000 to. Remember, 2 years ago, you know, I paid $10,000 to, and you know, man, it's just been a whole bunch of stuff, man. One thing after the next, But I believe all of the money we put into it, you know, it was for God to stretch me, to cause me, you know, to grow, to elevate, you know, with all the money that we spent, all the money that we went through, you know, I hired a brother that I knew from another brother, just being transparent. I'm not being fake, phony, or none of that. Just being transparent. As you can see, I'm out here grounded. You know, I'm out here grounded, as you can see. As you can see, you know, when I come out here in the morning, I'm literally doing what I'm saying. You know, now some days I may forget. Don't get me wrong. Some days I may forget. But I'm literally, as the Spirit reminds me, you know what I'm saying? Because we walk on rubber, we walk on concrete all the time. Well, at first, Haley, I had a brother, actually 2 brothers that was out here helping me, you know. But you know, their belief system was just a little bit different from ours, you know. Just a little bit, you know, just a little bit different. And so, you know, they went on to, one of them went on to get his own property. Another brother, he went on, both of them actually, you know, I believe God blessed them, you know, for helping me out here. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them went on to get their own property. so that's amazing. That's amazing to get their own land, you know. And you know they with the following all of the commands, you know. Well, I mean supposedly following all the commands, but but you know, just as any religion or any religious movement, people pick and choose what they want to follow. And so, you know, we had a bunch of people to come out, you know, and to think and believe that, you know, I was going to do church, but I wasn't doing church. I'm not doing church. You won't see me do church, you know. And a lot of people, when they come out, they think I'm doing church, but I'm not doing church. God didn't commission me to do church. You know, we got this big building right here. This is a huge building right there, you guys. Big, you know, projector, equipment. You know what I'm saying? But God didn't commission me to do church. You know, I was homeless for what? For about what? I think a whole year, maybe a little bit over a year. But I wasn't homeless in a bad way. I wasn't homeless in a bad way. That first year, you guys didn't know, y'all was really, really, really supporting me in a major way, whether you realized it or not. I mean, I wasn't homeless in a bad way. It's just that God was he was stripping me. You know, he was stripping me so that I can clearly hear him. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about strip me naked, y'all. When God strips you, man, you know, man, it don't feel good. We want it to feel good, but it don't feel good. I really, truly get Paul. You know, when you're pioneering something, you know, it feel like, you know, it just feel like everybody just steps on you. It feel like everybody just uses you. I'm talking about like in real life. I'm not talking about these fake Christians, talking about cutting everybody off, talking about getting rid of him, get rid of her. I'm not talking about that. You need help? I'll put a tent up out here for you. You know what I'm saying? I done it. 2 tents, remember you guys? Remember we had 2 tents back there. But again, you know, we had 2 tents back there. I'm talking about $300 tents, you guys. Strong tents. Built foundations for them and everything, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, somebody got angry. You know, somebody got a little mad, you know, and, you know, even tore those up. Remember the 2 big old tents, Josie, that we had? You know, $500, you know what I'm saying, for the foundation. And then, you know, and then the actual tent itself. We had two of them. You know, but somebody was sowing seeds of jealousy, contention. I don't know. I don't get it. How can you be out here, you know, and walk around and talk about you for God and just angry as hell? A lot of people are angry, man. One thing that I realized, a lot of people are angry, y'all. Angry. Yeah, the 2 tents, Josie, they gone. Yeah, they tore them up. You know, because they can't touch me. The problem is that, here's what you have to know. The problem is they can't touch me. They can't touch me like me. They can't do nothing to me. You know, when you are a born again believer, when you are connected to God, they can't really do nothing to you. So what they'll stick around and do is sabotage things. You know, and you won't even be knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Just like a whole bunch of tools, good tools, you know what I'm saying, came up missing. You know, just things that we were buying for the land came up missing, came up broken. You know, so they can't touch you yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you look at in the Garden of Eden, Hasatan, Satan, he couldn't talk to Adam. He couldn't mess with Adam. So he found somebody that was connected to Adam. You know what I'm saying? He found somebody that was truly connected to Adam. And that's what the devil does. The devil will find someone that is connected to you. And if he can't find nobody that's connected to you, he'll make sure that he develops somebody. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's deep how he will develop somebody. And they'll love on you. They'll hug on you. They'll treat you like sister, brother. You know, they'll treat you real good. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? You'll get lost in the sauce. And these people will think they in a whole relationship with you. That's how Hasatan screws with their mind. That's how the devil plays with their head. Man, they'll think they're in a whole relationship with you. And all you doing is treating people right. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're doing is treating people right. You treating people, you know what I'm saying? How you supposed to be treating people. And Hasatan, he will find somebody. And then he'll activate them. As soon as something don't go their way, then boom, he activates them. He activates them. God's morning to you, Sister Ward, Evangelist Ward. God bless you. God bless you. I was just sharing with them, you know, on the land. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm telling you, man, just treating people right. They'll have you all screwed up. They'll have you all messed up. Blessings to you. I was just showing everybody the land. You know what I'm saying? I was just showing everybody, you know, what God, the plans, talking to people about the plans. See that area over there, Yolanda? See that area right there? This is the promised land. You ain't been up here yet, Yolanda. You ain't been up here yet. You ain't seen it yet. You probably got to come up here, you know what I'm saying, and walk the land. Walk that land. See that area right there? That's 2 acres in the middle, right there. That's 2 acres. That's not for me. That's for us. You know, this is called the promised land. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, somebody got mad at me because they wanted to build something there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I'm sorry. You're just gonna be angry. You're just gonna be mad. You're just gonna be upset at me. But that's a plan. That right there in the middle. That's 2 acres, you guys. That's 2 acres. You should be able to envision. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to envision at least 20 to 30 structures right off up in there. Right in there. 20 to 30 structures right in there. See, it got a fence all the way wrapped around it. All that around there. And then let me show you this back. Let me show you this back over here. Hopefully the camera don't cut off. Let me show you the back. See this here? Let me show y'all the back, cause y'all gotta get into this. We can't, you know, y'all gotta get into this. I can't do this by myself. You know what I'm saying? If you can't come out here, y'all need to make sure that, you know, y'all are doing whatever you can to make sure that when spit hit the fan. See back there? This is all ours too, you guys. See that back there? This is all ours. All this is here. All this. You see this? All this. That's where we burn the trash at right there, right back there. But you see there? See the platforms, Josie? See them 2 platforms? Remember we had big old tents there? Remember we had big tents there? 2 big tents. We had families living in there. I was actually living in one of them too. I'm going to probably put another tent up, clear one of those platforms off and put another tent. We had a structure here. Hey, see all this? See all this back here? All this back here. All that way back there. All that way back there, that belongs to us. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, remember, but I want to, but once again, you guys, you guys, you know, we wanna make sure that we build this community. You know what I'm saying? Like in real life, not pretend, not fake. You know what I'm saying? People are giving thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to these fake churches. You know what I'm saying? That ain't building nothing. That ain't doing nothing. Now, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? They're handing out food. Don't get me wrong. They're handing out food. You know what I'm saying? But we need our own communities. I'm talking about like in real life. I'm talking about like in real life. Our own neighborhoods. And each one of the communities called Promised Land. Because I ride around Houston all the time, man, all the time. And I see they got their neighborhoods. And they tell you what you can and what you can't do. They tell you that. They tell you that all the time, what you can and what you cannot do in their neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine, see this whole area right here, this should be a food forest. This whole area. This whole area. You got beans growing over there and corn growing over there. But this whole area should be a food forest. See our stream growing through there. This area floods a lot, so we built this trench. You can't really see it, but it saved a lot. It saved a lot of the water. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I'm just gonna keep it in your ear. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it in your ear. God told me to come on this morning and remind you. You know what I'm saying? Remind you of what you are sowing into. You know, remind you what you are giving into. Remind you just to keep it in your ear, just to make sure that you may have a business partner. You know what I'm saying? You may know somebody, you know what I'm saying, who's willing to develop, who's willing to grow it, you know, who's willing to build it, who's willing to see it, who's willing to see it. Now just imagine, think about this, you guys. I want you to think about this. Now imagine if we had 10 families here. Imagine if we had 10 families, 10 family structures, 10 family units, right? And each one of these family units, right, all have the same mind, as far as in we need promised land. We need to grow. We need to have our own structures. So therefore, we all make the commitment of $1,000 per month. We all make the commitment. 10, that's just 10. And we say we all gonna make the commitment every month for a whole year, right? Every month. Now, when you do the math on that, you know what I'm saying? Now, when you do the math on that, I mean, like in real life, not pretend, not fake. I'm talking about really sacrificing. I mean, really going to work, really doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about we waiting on magic. I'm not talking about we waiting on the cloud to split. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, hey, you sowing and God is finna open up the windows. And no, God, when you sow, when you do right, you know, God opens up doors. People, God is talking about people. He's always talking about people, always talking about people. When he says the windows of heaven will open up and God will pour out a blessing that you won't have room enough to receive, he's talking about people. That's why people are very important. But imagine 10 families or 10 believers or 10 people. You know what I'm saying? That's $120,000 in 1 year's time. Just say, you know what? I'm gonna make that commitment. You know what I'm saying? $120,000, right? Guess how many I can use half of that to pay off the note, so we can get the land actually in Revolutionary Ministries' name. Again, it's not going in my name. It's going in Revolutionary. It's already, the paperwork already says Revolutionary Ministries. It's not going in my name. You know what I'm saying? It's in Revolutionary Ministries, you know, name. And again, forgive me, but we are a 501c. And it ain't got nothing to, a lot of people teach 501c's are the devil. They control you. They do this. They ain't controlling me. They ain't controlling us. The first year we came out here, man, they did me horrible. They did me bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they was coming once a week. You know, the police, the environmental people. Man, it was so crazy, you guys. I ain't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? The first year, man, it was just so crazy. But God was developing me. God was growing me. You know what I'm saying? He was. But the individual we're buying this property from, even in the way that went down, thanks to a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys that are here, and then a few that are no longer with us, we was able to put over $100,000 down on this property. I don't know where it came from. I'm being real honest. You know what I'm saying? After God did what he did, you know what I'm saying? We were able, the people of God were able, a few people were able to put $10,000 down to help us. You know what I'm saying? Even where's she at? She on here? She still on here? She was able to give $1,000. Imagine that. God had opened up a window, you guys, you know what I'm saying, in such a way that people were able to give thousands. Thousands. Angela, remember Angela? Remember Angela, you was able to give a whole $1,000. You know what I'm saying? You were able to give a whole $1,000. And by the time it was over with, we had over $100,000. I never in my life would have thought, you know what I'm saying, when it came to ministry, that God was going to do this. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know, but once again, when he had stripped me of everything, you know what I'm saying? He had stripped me of everything. He gave me Deuteronomy 8:18. You know, he's told me we was going to break some curses. And it's not easy breaking curses. You guys, people think it's just a prayer. People think, oh, you just go to church and somebody pray over you and that's going to break the curse. Internally, the curse is broken. There's no more curse. You know what I'm saying? There's really no more curse. But the mental process of it all, saying, you know what, I'm going to live like this for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Living like this for a few years. And I got people in my circle, you know, that don't want to live like this, you know, for a few years, you know, just so that, you know, we can build this into the thing that we want to build in. Now think about this. We're paying $2,500 per month. You know what I'm saying? $2,500 so we can pay it all off, so we can completely get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? But I think we are $50,000 away from putting it in Revolutionary Ministries' name so that we can go get permits to build, right? Right now, it's not in our name, Revolutionary Ministries' name, so we can't get permits to build, right? The two structures that you see, I had to tell the people that those structures are donated to us. So we're $50,000 away from them switching it over to Revolutionary Ministries' name. And you guys, that's an amazing thing, because again, we'll still, even after the $50,000, we'll still owe $100,000, right? We'll still owe $100,000, but after $50,000, they're gonna put it in our name. You don't really get what that means, you guys. Who know what I'm saying? Who actually know what I'm really saying? If we paid them $50,000, they're gonna put it in our name. You don't really get what that means. You know what I'm saying? That means we legitly own it. You know what I'm saying? That means we legitly own it. We can go get our permits. We can go do anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to really, who does that? That's like you going to go get a house and sign a 30-year mortgage, and your house is $300,000. And they say, okay, after $150,000, we just gonna sign it over to you. we just gonna sign it over to you. What do you mean you just gonna sign it over to me? Hold up, do you really truly understand what you're saying? You gonna sign it over? But the pastor said, but the man of God said, now, after $100,000, give me $100,000. He said, give me $100,000, and I'm gonna sign it over to your ministry. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sign it over to your ministry name. You don't know how much favor that is, you guys. You got to truly understand what that really, really means. That means that somehow, some way, God put it in this man's head that he could trust. He could trust us. Hey, somehow, some way, God put it in this man's head that he could trust us. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's $50,000 left, but no, I think it's a little bit over 50,000. I'm probably exaggerating. We had to pay 100,000 in order for him to put it in our name. And I think either it's 50K or 75K, and they're gonna actually just, sign it over. Imagine that, just signing it over. You know what I'm saying? Imagine they just say, you know what? I know we got $100,000 left to pay, but, because again, remember these 10 acres. Because again, remember it's 10 acres, and there's 3 structures. A house, 3 bedroom, 2 bath on the land. The 3,200 or the 3,200 square foot building right there, and then we got that building right. there. So all together was $350,000. You guys, I don't know. I got the paperwork somewhere. I probably can send you the paperwork. But it was $350,000, right? And man, we paid this one company $10,000 to find us a loan. To find us a loan, to find somebody, who would eat this cost, so we wouldn't have to pay so much monthly. But that didn't work out. We lost that investment. Because normally you hire somebody to work for you. And it was during COVID, you guys. So it was during COVID. Nobody was giving out loans for land. Remember, it was a big struggle. 10,000 to this one company, 5,000 to this other company. Man, it was crazy until, God said, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Just continue to do the work. And finally, he had, hit some people, talked to some people. But you guys know that we had to put down our down payment. We had to put down $100,000. So that made it left $250,000 left, right? And so the man say, okay, if you can give me $100,000, we'll put it in the churches, in the ministry's name. And I was like, for real? Is that real life? Who does that? You know what I'm saying? Who does that? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're gonna, I just let God talk. I just let God do His thing. But once again, we're in between from that 100 from 3 years ago, I believe, right? 3 years ago or 2 years ago, rather. I think we've already up to in between 50,000 to 75,000 before we're able to get our own permits to build. Because right now I have to go through so much, and He's not really allowing me to build anything. You know what I'm saying? But God, you know what I'm saying? But God. I turned this one building right here. I turned this one building right here into living quarters. I turned the big old church building into living quarters because that's what God told me to do. To bring people aboard immediately. That's what God told me to do. But once again, you guys, promised land, 2 acres right there in the middle, is strictly dedicated to the building up. You know what I'm saying? To the building up. And like I say, if God is placing it on your heart, putting it on your heart, you know what I'm saying? And you can easily get a hold of $50,000 to $100,000. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, even if it's just not one person, what if you say, I'm gonna make the commitment to $1K per month, and 10 people do that. 10 people do that. 10 people actually literally does that. That's $120,000. You know what I'm saying? And we'd be able to easily, you'll be able to easily just come right out here whenever you want to come out. You know what I'm saying? The gate is open. There's a gate over there that's open to that land, to that area. You know, or you may have credit, you know what I'm saying, in a way to where you say, you know what, I got credit. You know, let me invest that into that area right there. You know, God has placed it on your heart. God is telling you, you know what, I got this money, I got these finances, I got these resources, because people are building up their credit. You know, Christians, I don't get Christians for real. They building up their credit so they can go give it to the devil. And it's really not their fault, not in real life, because they sitting under people, you know what I'm saying, who don't really have no plan. All they whole plan, what is they plan? To build a big church building. And you know, to get instead of having a 100 seating capacity church, let's get us a 500 seat capacity church. Let's buy a block, but let's make our church bigger. I don't get that, man. I don't get that. I get it. I get it, and I used to get it, and that was my mindset. But when God stripped me of everything and say, hey, I'm in control now. You've been in control for too long. You've been in control for way too long. You've been in control for too long. Now I'm in control. Let me, because I know the plans that I have for you. Plans of peace. You know what I'm saying? I know the plans that I got for you. Let me do this. You just let me use your body. You just let me use your voice. You just let me use your words. You just let me use your knowledge, your information. Just let me use you. I got this. You know? And you got to say yes. You know, just like each and every last one of you that are on here, each and every last one of you that will see this video, you got to give God yes. You got to say yes. You got to say, God, okay, yes. Go ahead, use me. And he's not just talking about making you clap, making you shout. He's not using you just to make you clap, just to make you shout, just to make you dance, just to make you pass out. God literally wants to use you, your resources, everything connected, everything associated to you. You can't say I love the Lord and the God with all my heart, all my soul, all my spirit, but you won't let him, you know what I'm saying, use you to build something. That don't really make sense. It really don't. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all. I just want to make sure we're gonna be doing these garden beds just a little bit differently next year, because I'm out here pulling these weeds, and I'll probably have the kids out here too later pulling these weeds. But we're gonna do these differently. I guess we're gonna beautify them. You know, make them look a little beautified. See this one right here. This one don't have a lot of weeds in it because it has that paper, that barrier at the bottom. And so, and this one was the same concept. But again, tomatoes and everything else is growing, but we need to get on it. We need to make that commitment. You know, if God is on your heart, God telling you, you know, you need to do it, then, you know, you just need to do it. Like I say, you just need to do it. If you say, you know, go into prayer, go into worship, go into fasting, and say, God, you know what? I got the credit. I got the resources. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in your plan. I believe in what you're saying. I believe. But we got to get something that says this is ours, because everything in the world belongs to the world. Everything. And I don't get it. I don't know how Christians read the Bible and it says that we will be lenders and not borrowers. People should be borrowing from us. But we can't achieve that because we're constantly struggling to use our resources to fight, and so we can look like the world. So we can do what the world is doing. You know what I'm saying? So we can accomplish what the world's accomplishing. Right there, I think we got about 10 kids out here. Well, probably not 10, but, you know, I'm probably exaggerating. But we got about 8 to 10 kids out here. You know what I'm saying, you guys? We really do. You know, and different people come in and out. When you working for the Lord, when you serving the Lord, you know, you got to do what he tell you to do. You got to. You know what I'm saying? All right. Got to. So y'all think about it, man. Think about making that commitment. you know for yourself, you know, what you can do. You know for yourself what you can do. You know, we out here. This is where it's at.